We're just not gonna talk about that.
Yeah. Wait, Sophia.
Yes.
All right. All right. Imagine
Oh.
if you were if you were Bucky Barnes's second cousin and were dating Sharon Carter. Just imagine that.
Man, the peak of human, like the peak of existence, if I gotta be honest.
Do I have it? No, I'm just kidding. I don't have
Well, do I
any of
have a
that.
fanfic for you?
Um, hey guys.
Hi.
Um,
Welcome to another episode of the CFG podcast. Yes, we know we don't have enough like viewers to even like get complaints, but
yeah.
we know we've been slacking on
Yeah,
on episodes.
yeah, so we're gonna start off right at the beginning. We're changing our schedule.
Yes.
I don't like how I said schedule. It sounds like schedule.
Schedule.
We're gonna be uploading on Saturdays now. We're gonna be recording on Friday.
Yeah, just because it's
Um,
more easier for us in our schedules.
yeah, I don't know really. I mean, I think I came up with the schedule first off when we both agreed on it, but I don't think we really realized that, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we fixed it, and
Why
that's
is
what
that
matters.
implying that we're like super religious or something?
No, we're just very big procrastinators.
Okay, well,
I'm a really big
yeah, no,
procrastinator.
Sophia is.
It was low-key my fault that we haven't
Mhm.
recorded in so long.
Yeah, I'm not taking the blame on that.
Listen, the Minecraft grind do not stop, and that's all I have to say.
Mhm. We were actually originally gonna start recording on that schedule, but something happened. So
What day is it today?
it's Sunday?
Oh, it's Sunday.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay. Um.
Listen, time doesn't exist for me anymore.
All right.
But
So how about we start
welcome
off with our yeah.
welcome to today's podcast. We have, well, Evangeline has a treat for you at least.
Wait. What?
Okay, I just realized I couldn't curse on this podcast. You and your freaking Bucky Nat, man. I
Wait.
haven't heard.
That was not on the first.
Okay, and
That was not first on the agenda.
okay, and since when do we have to go by order of the agenda?
Well, I mean, I started off with Imagines. I literally had a cold
Well, we
open
can
just for
still
Imagines.
segue this. Okay, so Bucky Nat. I don't ship it, but Evangeline does.
You're missing out. All right.
Okay, and the thing is that there is abundance of fan fiction, but there is always one thing off about this ship in particular, and the fanfic sphere.
No, it's literally, here's the issue. So the reason explaining my cold open, why do I even have to explain a joke? But I've been going kind of on a Sebastian Stan little frenzy here.
Yeah,
I
you
just think
are.
he's a cool guy. Don't read any deeper into that comment. I genuinely just think he's a cool guy. And I think he's funny. So as if you're in any fandom, you have definitely, and you're lying if you haven't, and you're lying if you haven't read one or viewed something. Don't tell me you just saw the thumbnail or the description and just clicked away. That's not how it works. Don't lie to yourself. There is a plethora. There's a whole population of Imagines, X-readers, YNs, whatever you want to call it, POVs, if you will. And it's really just, it's not just, but majority of it is literally just Sebastian Stan or Bucky Barnes or Winter Soldier. One of those. I don't know. I mean, I guess I kind of get what it is about Sebastian Stan, but at the same time I don't. It's always him. It's always him. If you go on AO3, I feel like exposing ourselves like we're
Oh,
Like
no,
if we
definitely we
ever want to
are. Are you
collab with
kidding me?
anyone we look up to, we're gonna get flamed. Um, I don't care what you ship. Who you ship with Bucky, if you ship Stucky, Sam Bucky, Bucky Nat, um, Darcy is the little black dress of the MCU, which means she's just shipped with anyone. So if you're into that, there's Loki, X Bucky, there's everything. There is Peter Parker.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that.
There is Wanda Maximoff, X Bucky.
That just doesn't make sense.
There's even Peggy, which, you know what, that makes more sense than Peter or Wanda, but
Definitely.
there's everything under the sun. But even if you look up your specific one, you know what you're going to have to scroll through? Bucky Barnes X Reader.
Yeah.
James Bucky Barnes X Reader. James Buchanan Barnes. Winter Soldier. White Wolf. Everything.
You're just
It's
gonna go through
all
all his aliases.
Yeah, it just it's a little frustrating because I'm personally not into that at all. Just I'm not into it. I don't really get the appeal of it because I don't care what character is. Again, we're talking about Sebastian Stan. Oh, there's a bunch of Sebastian Stan X readers, which is even we're not even that's weird.
Couple of those ones. It's really weird.
It's just what are you doing with your life? Yeah, I am shaming you. I'm shaming any of you who are into this. I'm shaming
Like the fictional
any of you.
character, at the end of the day, it's fictional. But Sebastian Stan is an
On
actual
some level though. On some level though.
Listen. No, at the end of the day, Bucky Barnes is a fictional character.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Sebastian Stan is an actual person with an actual life. So if you I'm just saying, just respect the actual person, because that's an actual human and not a fictional character. So yeah, that's all I had to say. Continue.
Um hold on a second. I Although I agree with that, I feel like on some level the fictional character X Raiders is a way for the author to get away with self-inserting themselves with a celebrity.
No,
Like,
yeah. That's like the whole point of an X-rated.
it's not like to me it's no better because it's just like thinly veiled real person X you. Like
Yeah.
so but Sophia and I came across, I don't know, should we like out this person? I don't know.
Who it is, and and we're not gonna say any specifics on who the channel is. If you do find this person, do not send them do not on the off chance someone listens to this and goes find this person, do not harass them. We're not making fun
Yeah,
of them. In fact, we are
well,
genuinely entertained by this.
I'd
At
say there's
least
a little bit of clownery going on.
no,
A
no,
little
there
bit.
is, but
Like we're all
don't send them hate or anything.
No, like don't cause their account to get taken out because I came across a Yun. First off, I want to put this like on full blast. I'm not on TikTok. I don't have an account. The only reason why I go on TikTok is because one of our friends sends us TikToks and you can just view TikToks on there without having an account. So sometimes I
Yeah.
just scroll through to see like what's happening, but it's not on my phone, don't get notifications, not really involved. I really forgot how I did, but I came across an older Morgan Stark roleplay account. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little cringy. It was a little cringy. But like, good for you for having the guts to put yourself out there like that. Because like this was an actual person basically doing a self-insert. I checked on there the next couple of days and her account is no mas. I'm gonna assume that's because a bunch of people bullied her and harassed her and told her like get off of here. And like I don't think that's okay. Like if you think something is cringy, just like don't like attack the person for it because they don't think it's cringy and they enjoy it. So I guess it's kind of hypocritical since I did just like shame all X-rated stands. So but I'm not like attacking like specific people, just kind
Yeah.
of criticizing the genre as a whole. But anyways, we found this one. I did, but I shared it with Sophia. Can I say the title of it? Because I feel it's a really specific title.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a series of Imagine You're Zemo's Daughter.
And it's really let me just say, at base value, creating a child OC, which is essentially just a child of OC who is a child of a canon character. At base value, there's nothing wrong with that. I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
But this specific is so weirdly specific because at one point the OC it's revealed
Oh no.
that they have DID, which is dissociative identity disorder. And
It's
it's executed in a very bad way and it's never touched on again. And DID is nothing to really, you know, like make fun of or anything because it's a serious thing. But
yeah,
it's just
the way this person does it is just it's interesting to say the least. Also another little fun fact about these series of TikToks. They just reuse the same GIFs over again. Um
just a gift gif?
yeah, so no one can attack me for it.
They're gifts.
Sophia, someone from the Jiffy side is gonna attack you,
If you
and
pronounce it as GIF, you don't deserve rights.
I said GIF. I said it both ways. So technically,
You don't deserve half of your rights.
okay. I'm the one who holds your dignity. So,
Well, guess what, baby? I don't have any more, so go ahead and hold air.
anyways, they just reuse these same clips, and they never fit. They
Yeah.
never fit the dialogue. They never fit the dialogue, which makes it even more entertaining. Like whenever Zemo says yes or like agrees with something, it's the Zemo dancing meme.
Yeah. Which it's kind of funny.
Which was missing from the last part. Yes, we have been keeping up with all 6 parts.
And I didn't fall behind on it.
I know.
Every day I woke up and uh-oh. Sorry, continue.
What? Oh, wait, I wasn't saying anything. I was waiting for you to finish.
Oh no, I'm just checking up on something. I forgot what was I saying?
Well, I think you were talking about the actual show. I was talking about the
What was I
the
saying?
POV TikToks. You were like, I woke up every day and caught up with them.
I woke up every day and I watched the new I woke up every Friday morning and I watched the new episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I was still talking about the TikToks, not the show. That just makes it sound like you got up every morning to watch this person upload.
I mean, you don't know that. Anyways, where were we?
I guess we can talk about the show now. I think we said all we can say about Imagines.
Okay, I was about to like segue into the fact that I used to read X readers, but you know we don't need to touch on that. Anyways, Falcon. I'm gonna say this right here, right now. Falcon and the Winter Soldier way better than WandaVision. Way better.
What? You didn't even finish WandaVision. You literally cannot say that.
I said what I said. It's way
You
better
can't
than
say that if you didn't watch the entirety of WandaVision.
I said what I said.
Okay, well, your opinion is invalid because you can't. No, it's no.
This is why you don't have rights.
No, I have plenty of
Yes.
rights.
No, you do not.
Yeah, no, we're
I was
not.
gonna
No,
make
we're
a
not
joke,
going
but I don't
there.
know if I don't know if this is the time or place for it.
Oh, just say it. At this point, we can bleep it out.
You're a woman, baby. You got no rights.
And what are you?
Well, listen.
Huh, it took you a while to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so shut up. Um,
Okay, whatever. I was gonna call
so
you
you
way worse things, but I shouldn't.
hmm. Um, personally, I like WandaVision more, and I'll go back on my statement about your opinion is invalid. You probably relate with Falcon and the Winter Soldier characters more than you do with
Yeah,
WandaVision characters.
and
So that changes your
yeah,
opinion
my
on which show
opinion.
you
Do you
like.
know what an opinion is? I did
I
not say it
know what
was fact. I just
you
said
said it like it was a statement.
I
You
said
said it.
did I say I said for a fact? Did I say it was a fact? No, it was not. Therefore, it's my opinion. It's my opinion that Falcon and the Winter Soldier is way better than
Okay,
WandaVision.
you didn't say like that first. You were like, let me tell you, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is way better than WandaVision.
Well, it is.
That's no, but you didn't say in my opinion.
Well, it's
Or I
your
think
fault for
that.
assuming that it wasn't my opinion.
Well, your tone of voice.
Well, read between the lines, baby.
We're not reading.
Well, you better open your eyes
What? Air?
to read the subtitles.
We're on Discord.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so dumb.
Yeah, and do I need to tell the printer story? Okay, we're gonna sidetrack here. Okay,
Okay.
so this is like the moment I realized that I was so exponentially dumb. This happened yesterday or on Saturday.
This is the reason why we didn't record.
Yeah, it was. So recently I opened an Etsy shop and I sell my stuff, whatever. And I have a little printer. So you know, I can print my shipping labels. And I got my first international order, a person from Ireland. And I was having trouble.
Who listens to this podcast, don't
Hey buddy, how'd you find my shop?
once you talk to them and they're like, I haven't listened since episode 1.
But I got my first international order and it was a little bit tricky because I had to figure out customs, which is eventually I figured it all out. And which international shipping is a bit expensive. So I bought the label and now I had to print it. So I got my printer out, I plugged it in, I pressed the little print button, and it wouldn't print. And I start to freak out a little bit. I check the paper, maybe it's jammed, maybe not all the cords are put in correctly. I did all that. I checked my USB port at least 5 times. Keep that in mind because it's important for later that I checked my USB port 5 times.
This is a surprise tool that'll help us out later.
Yeah. And at this time, I'm texting one of my friends and I'm like, "Can you please help me out? I'm freaking out because this printer, it's like a thermal printer specifically made for shipping labels.
Mm-hmm.
And it cost me a pretty penny. Let's just say that. And if it broke, I was going to be actually pissed off. So I'm researching like a madman. And I just couldn't figure out what was wrong. I reinstalled the driver. I reset it up and it was still marked as offline. Because I went into my control panel to check it out and it was marked as offline and it just wouldn't go back online. And at this point I was losing hope. I was like, push comes to shove, I'm just going to refund this person, say that I can't fulfill their order and I'm putting my shop on a break until I can figure this out. So I go to check all my ports again. and I check my USB hub because I have a little hub for my USBs. And I hold the little the USB port, and I started to, you know, see where the wire went. It turns out I had plugged in my drawing tablet and not my printer. So this whole time I was freaking out because I thought I broke my printer, but it turns out that I just plugged in my drawing tablet and not my actual printer. And I spent 3 hours trying to figure this out. And that is how I know that I am probably the dumbest person in the world.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's wow. Wow.
Yeah. And I just now realized I forgot to put on a timer.
It's fine. We started when at like 4:40.
Okay, so I'll just add on.
Also, I didn't realize this, but the Oscars are tonight. Um, they actually start like right now, but we gotta record. So,
Yeah.
um, have you watched any Oscar movies?
Uh,
You may be cutting out.
um, uh, why isn't my timer working? There we go. Um, Oscar movies? Like movies that are nominated for the Oscars?
Yeah.
Well, let me go check who's nominated.
Okay. Um, I unfortunately haven't been able to watch all of the ones for Best Picture. I usually try to watch as many as I can beforehand because I am a movie snob. So
Yes, you
I'm
are.
not. Well, okay. I
Yes, you are.
it's
Yes, you
half
are.
joke, half
You're not
real.
joking. Yes, you are.
Okay. Well, anyways,
Yes, you are. Thank you.
I'm I'm hoping that Minari, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, wins. I thought that was a really good movie. I know Nomadland. Why is this starting to sound like an NPR radio show? Uh a lot of hype is going on about Nomadland by Chloe Zhao, who is going to direct the upcoming Marvel movie in November, The Eternals, which I'm a little excited to see because Nomadland was a really good movie, but I didn't like it as much as some of the other ones. So, not really hate, just preference.
Not heard
Uh
of any of these movies.
oh my gosh.
I'm just saying I have not heard of any of them.
Oh my gosh. See, gotta expand your horizons. Gotta
Do you know how
expand.
many movies I watch? Like new movies? None.
Yeah, okay. That was yeah, is that like a rhetorical question? Because
Yes, because I don't watch any new movies.
you're missing out. You're missing out.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
Am I?
Yes, I'm not even joking. Like you are. You're missing out. You gotta watch more movies. I know, I know. I used to think it was just all Marvel, all Star Wars, all DC.
Why are you talking to me like our yearbook advisor?
Oh, don't.
Yeah, you
Don't.
sound like him right now, buddy.
No.
You just
Uh-uh.
need to expand your horizon.
Shut up.
No.
Shut up. No, I
No.
no, or not after Friday. You're not telling me that after Friday.
I don't even know what happened Friday.
You you just don't remember what happened Friday.
What happened Friday?
Wh- What do you mean what happened Friday?
Well, what happened on Friday?
Our class, our fourth period
Oh,
class.
okay, yeah, I remember now.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Don't ever say that to me again. No.
Hey, I got lapses in memory, man. You can't expect me to remember everything.
Okay. Well, you just said yearbook advisor.
Well, I don't remember days,
how did
man.
that not connect?
Dude, you know me. I don't have good memory.
Okay. Well, anyways, past Oscar movies, because apparently I sound like a certain person and I don't want to be compared to. Um, so yeah, I'm a little excited for the Oscars. I'm kind of bummed that it's online, but actually that brings me to something that's not a talking point, but a little controversial take. Um, so I feel like a lot of people don't like awards shows anymore, and I get it. Like the Grammys, a lot of the music award things, like MTV, that kind of thing, those are all scams.
Son,
Um,
are you kidding me?
it's like it's not even about the actual talent of the artist at this point. It's just like money and
Yeah.
how many views you get, which is dumb. That's why I like the Oscars, and I don't know if maybe I'm still being brainwashed by it. Maybe I am. Um, but I feel like it actually is about the talent of the different things that go into making a movie. So it goes like all the way from best picture to, the best actress, best actor, best cinematography, best soundtrack, best animated like there's just like so many things that you can get from the Oscars that I personally like more than any other awards show. It feels a little more prestigious. It makes you feel like you're a little fancy, you know? Even if you're sitting at home on your couch, it just makes you feel better because you're like, oh,
Definitely.
I've seen that movie. I guess that kind of does make me a movie snob, but at the same time, it's like,
Okay,
oh,
let's just
uh,
get this out of the way. You are a movie snob.
okay. Well, I don't want to say like fully because there's like movie snobs and then there's movie snobs, and I feel like I'm more of the movie snob, not the movie snob. Like, there's just a difference.
Yeah,
Um,
there is.
yes, there is a difference. As a movie snob, I can tell you that there is a difference. There's a
You
spectrum of
realize I'm
movie
just egging
snobs.
you on at this point, right?
Yes.
Good.
Anyways, which brings me to another point. I feel like sometimes,
You get nervous
in
on
my
airplanes?
experience, no,
Did you even get my joke? Did you even get it?
no, I did. I did get your joke.
Okay,
I was on
good.
a tangent.
Yeah, I
Um,
know.
by the way, I'm holding a pair of tweezers and making really weird hand movements. That sounded bad. Um,
You sound like you're like a mad scientist or something.
and ooh, that'll be another talking point. Um,
What?
you did say mad scientist,
I
right?
did say mad scientist.
Okay, okay. You're just too dumb to get the
Oh,
point.
oh,
Oh
oh,
my
oh.
gosh, what did you just put in your microphone?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I
I
sat
feel
back
like
down on my
oh,
bed.
oh my gosh. I feel
What?
like sometimes movies
Get nervous on airplanes.
movies are a bit more of an intimate experience than music is these days because no longer is music, you know, you hear it on the radio. Like you hear it at a party, you you and your friends are listening to the same like thing. Everyone knows Blinding Lights by The Weekend. I've come to realize that it is
Bops.
kind of a bop. But
Thank you.
watching, I guess this is a really weird thing to compare, but I was watching part of before we got on. I was watching the Chris Evans Scarlett Johansson
Insulting?
no, actors on actors.
Oh.
Um not interview, it was just like a little conversation. And they were talking about Marriage Story and Knives Out. Both amazing movies, by the
Oh,
way.
both very good movies.
Those were so good movies. But there's like a difference between watching a movie like Marriage Story and listening to a song. I feel like any songs that were made, I don't know, pre I don't know. It's just like music, although it means something, like music is just like music. That's like something really horrible for me to say, but I can't even describe it. Like there's something a lot more special to me about watching a movie and sitting down rather than just like listening to a Spotify playlist. You know? I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but like that's how I feel.
I get it.
Like not to say that I've had some like good moments listening to Pretty Odd, you know,
Oh yeah,
from track
definitely.
one to the last thing, but there's just something different about it. Oh, you know what? I had like a whole
What?
tangent, but let's get through all our original talking points before I get to like this major one.
Yeah.
So, actually, there's another thing about Bucky Nat I wanted to talk more about. I can hear Sophia sighing. I actually can't, but I'm just assuming
Yeah.
there's yeah. Um Actually, I want to ask you why you don't ship it. Not
Just
trying
don't.
to attack you, I'm just asking why.
Oh, I know you're going to attack. I just don't see it.
Like MCU wise or comic book
Mm,
wise?
just I don't see it.
You don't see it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that are maybe in Sophia's Park, I'm not trying to convert you or anything, just trying to give you some insight. So, Captain America the Winter Soldier is based off the Winter Soldier series by Ed Brubaker. Amazing comic book writer, by the way. He has a really amazing Catwoman series, early 2000s, little bit of comic book history for y'all out there. But the Winter Soldier series it was amazing. That's why the movie is amazing. But if you didn't know, the Winter Soldier and Black Widow had a very intense relationship during their time in, Hydra, KGB, whatever you want to call it, because those seem to be very interchangeable at this point. Um, and their relationship it was really beautiful. And something that annoys me today is that people want to call it abusive. And I don't get that because they were two people who were being abused that found each other and were like the best parts, as Bucky has said in the comics, Natalia or Natasha, was the only good part of like his time as the Winter Soldier. So just want to put that out there. I also want to acknowledge the fact that Sebastian Stan is the supreme Bucky Nat King. He guides us. He is like our angel in disguise because he's fought so hard. He's fought so hard and we still haven't gotten it. But he fought hard. He was vocal about it and I just love when actors acknowledge the source material, especially in Marvel and DC. Um, because I think that's the issue with DC sometimes. They don't really acknowledge the source material and are trying to make it into something that it's not, while Marvel actually really does a deep dive on it and adapts, not necessarily copies, but adapts. Which also leads me to my next thing. This is pure, like, crack level of fandom nonsense, but if I ever meet Sebastian Stan at a Comic Con convention, I will bring my broken, kind of painful to be in point shoes. I will literally be in line with my point shoes. I will put them on when I get to have a photo with him, and I will do a ballet pose with Sebastian Stan to recreate a Bucky Nat moment. Um, I, which, first off, if you're my close friend, that's very weird coming from me because
Extremely.
it's extremely weird coming from me. But that's how much I am a ride or die of this ship. Um, and I'm just hoping for a crumb, another crumb, because that's all I've been given. Another crumb in the upcoming Black Widow movie. There's a lot of theories regarding whether Sebastian Stan has been filming in that movie. I really hope those theories are true. I hope I get a little sliver, just something, and I really hope that they don't turn the Winter Widow ship into Yelena and Bucky, because that's gonna really annoy me, and I don't like that. That's a little bit of a fear of mine. But besides that, let's talk about the finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because
So
that
good.
made me cry.
It was so good.
It was good. It was good. Actually,
Man, okay.
okay.
No,
I have
listen,
wait. Can I no, can I just not brush out. Can I air out my one actually it's kind of like 1.5 criticism, just get it out there so I can just air out everything I loved about it. So I have
yes, but
permission.
you're on very thin ice.
Okay. First off, I thought the finale was a tad bit messy. Not too messy, just a tad bit messy.
Yeah? Yeah?
I also
Mm-hmm.
overall for the series a bit too many close-up shots. A bit too
Mm.
many close-up shots. That's a
Mhm.
very
Mhm.
technical thing. It didn't really subtract my overall enthusiasm for the show. A stupid criticism. Really wanted Bucky Leah. Really
Me
wanted it
too,
to happen.
honestly.
I know I just went on a whole rant about Bucky Nap, but I really did want. We kind of got a sliver at the end a little bit, but not really. But it's yeah. Um, but overall, I love the show. So those were just my little critiques. How about you?
In my opinion, this show was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, but
As I said many times before, I love Bucky. I love Sam. I love their dynamic. And okay, the end scene in the finale where Bucky was invited to the family
that
cookout.
was
Oh
adorable.
my, it was so good. And Bucky was like just talking to people while kids were hanging off his arm.
Amazing. That's all we ever
Amazing.
wanted.
He was smiling and he brought cake.
He brought cake.
He brought cake. And at the end when he was staring and Sam came to get them and he just put his arm around her shoulder and they went off. That was so good.
See, I've never gotten a lot of these ships, and not saying I'm a Sam Bucky stan at this point, but I finally got it at that sunset scene. I was like, okay, you know what? Now I can kind of see it. Now I can kind of see it.
I low key ship them, like the lowest of keys. Like I much more
Lowest of
prefer
keys.
No, listen, I much more prefer them to be like platonic, like friends.
Yeah.
But if somewhere along the very unlikely road that they do become a couple, I wouldn't complain.
No. It's kind of like a Storm Pilot thing for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. No, wait,
Like I
no, Storm
see it.
Pilot is canon. Are you kidding me? No.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
care.
that's
I don't care what Disney says. Storm Pilot is so canon.
I'm sorry, but if those two women in the back could have a romantic kiss, romantic celebratory kiss, Storm Pilot is canon.
Storm Pilot is so canon. I said people can fight me on it. I don't care. It's canon. Go cry to your mom about it. It's canon. Anyways, I just and we called it with Sharon being the power broker. We called
Yes, we
it.
did, and I called it with the end title card with it saying now Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I kind of got it. I'll admit that it was technically a half right thing because they have not announced a second season. But if they do, it will be called Captain America and the Winter Soldier. So
Hope
if
they
that
do.
does happen, I am right. But they also announced a Captain America 4. So
They did?
with the same writer, yeah.
With Sam being Captain America?
Yes. No, John Walker.
Oh, that makes me so. Oh, I'm gonna see more Sam and Bucky then. And you know what?
I
I'm
know.
here for it. I'm so here for it. Anyways,
Right? Yeah. Ugh. Sharon.
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 Now, I've been seeing a lot of discourse on Tumblr because that's about the only place that I really roam. And a lot of people are not happy with her character. And to be honest, for those people, you were never going to be happy with Sharon Carter in the MCU. So get over it. Um, because personally, Sharon Carter is like not a favorite character of mine. I like her, but
Yeah.
like she's never been a favorite character. And I'm talking about both comics and MCU. The moment she got into the MCU, it was like, okay, she's kind of just here for the plot, kind of just here for fan service. There's not really more to her character other than she does things that are morally right. Like, you could
Mhm.
have literally named her anything and it would still be the same character. So, Sharon Carter was never, MCU Sharon Carter was never, ever going to be comic accurate. I don't care if the writers try to tell you that. I don't care if another fan person tries to tell you that. It just isn't. But here's the thing. Now, I don't really have a problem with it. And a lot of people are mad because they're still holding on to the whole, oh, but she needs to be comic accurate. And it's like, it's too far gone for that. It's too far gone for that. And the
She is
fact that they
hashtag
turned
girl
her,
boss.
yeah. Um, and I thought it was really cool that they actually went through and made her the power bro. I thought that was cool. I
Yeah.
liked the twist, even though I knew it was coming. That's something that Marvel does so excellently. That's not a word. Does so well, like having twists that you know are coming but are still super shocking.
Yeah.
Circa who the hell is Bucky?
Yeah.
Amazing every
It's
time.
it's dramatic irony.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just I'm excited for what she's going to do. Because I'm
Mhm.
assuming it'll be for Captain America 4. The
Yeah.
other theory is that she's a Skrull, and to be honest, I'm really tired of hearing that theory for every single character that does something that's not expected. It's like, why can't you just let the character do their own thing and not just be like, Skrull, secret, like, disguise? Like,
Mhm.
it's kind of overused. So I hope that it's actually Sharon and they're not going to be like, oh, but she's a Skrull, secret invasion. Like, no. I really hope that is not the case. Uh, I'm going to be honest. I was really sad when Carly died.
Me too. I
Like,
actually really liked her.
I didn't, just on like a moral level in relating to characters, I didn't really like her per se, but I think that's the writer Malcolm Spellman, he did such a good job of was really honing in the fact that she was really just a kid.
Yeah.
She was just a kid and really like our age.
Yeah.
So when she died, it wasn't so much of, oh, I really like this character. Oh, she could have been like so blah, blah. It was really honing the fact that like, whoa, Sharon Carter over here really just ruined this young, impressionable girl who was always just trying to do the right thing, even though her ends didn't really justify the means. Her death still
Mhm.
like resonated with you. Cause Sam, I'll give credit to Sam for that, the writing of Sam's character throughout this series, because he was the one who really honed in the fact and was always rooting, not necessarily rooting for her, but trying to empathize with her and kind of like um relate and
Mhm.
everything. He really caused, I would say, majority of the audience to still feel some sympathy for Carly, even if we didn't necessarily agree with the actions she was taking for her
Yeah.
mission. But yeah, that was kind of sad. Um, but yeah, that series was good. It was
It
good.
was really good. I'm very satisfied with it. Like I'm left satisfied
Yeah,
cuz
me too.
as we've stated before, at least I have been really anticipating this series ever since it's been announced.
Mhm.
So, it's really cool to see that it really did meet all my expectations, and yeah, that I'm just really happy with it, and I will be rewatching it.
Um, yeah, I think I was kind of thinking about it because, like, after I watch something, I kind of like sit in my room and just kind of like almost talk to myself. That kind of makes me sound weird, but oh well. Um, but like really think about how like a TV show like that or a movie affects you.
Mhm.
And I was kind of thinking about the character and just the two main characters of the MCU, which has always been Cap and Iron Man. And I guess maybe for this, I'll use Wanda and Cap. But I think what's so great, because there's a lot of characters that we like purely like on the base that they're relatable. So those would be characters like Tony and Wanda. Like they're more human. Um, and they have a lot more mess ups, so you relate a lot more to it, and also
Mhm.
Bucky as well. But I think what's something that's great about characters like Sam Wilson, or I was going to say Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, and that role of Captain America is that it's not really a relatable character. I don't think if you're saying like you relate to Captain America, mm, you have a little bit of an ego or a
Yeah.
god complex. I think what's something that's great about Captain America, no matter who's under that mantle, so any character that falls into that mantle in the character itself, is that it truly is a symbol. It's something to look
Mhm.
up to and not to be like, it's God, like we can't attain their morals and their or whatever. It's just, I think Captain America, with the right person, is a character. I don't know if, because I know like Captain America, I think it was more like Steve Rogers. You didn't necessarily like weren't a huge fan. I'm not like accusing you of like hating him
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah.
But
You aren't?
what I just no, I'm not. I'm just saying like you've told me that like he's not your favorite.
No, yeah, I don't really like Steve that much.
But I think for the majority of people, the reason why we like Captain America so much and why I want to use Captain America instead of saying like Steve Rogers or Sam Wilson or in the future Danielle Jones Cage, who
Mhm.
in the future takes on the mantle of Captain America, is that those people are people we look up to, not necessarily relate to. And they speak to us that way and telling us, like, here's how you can be better, which is exactly what Sam says at
Yeah.
that end of that act or whatever you want to call it. So, because I always love all the characters. I don't think there's ever been a character in the MCU that, I guess maybe like Captain Marvel or something, but
Mhm.
sometimes I just like to go comic book wise. Um, Captain America has not necessarily been someone who's like, oh, that's my favorite character, but it's a character I admire a lot
Yeah.
purely because of the fact that it is such a remarkable and like long-standing symbol throughout, not just the past 10 years, but, you know, throughout pop
Mhm.
culture history, everyone knows who Captain America is, and that
Yeah.
you can look up to him because he's not just fighting for one person, he's fighting for everyone, even though America is in his name, he or she is fighting for a
Mhm.
greater cause and a greater good. Not to get like pretentious and whatever, but I don't know. I just thought that was something interesting. Like I was just thinking about like why it is, the difference between characters like Tony, Wanda, and Bucky, who are very much like trauma based
Yeah.
characters, which makes them very likable and relatable. Not that I don't not that the majority of people have ever been through what they have, but like just the baseline of,
Yeah.
you know,
No, yeah, I get
all
that.
of that. But yeah, I think And that's also something that's really great about these Disney Plus shows is that also kind of brought me back to a quote from Age of Ultron, which Ultron was like talking to Wanda and Pietro, and I have a picture, like it's a picture, and I was thinking about that and just thinking about how like the Disney Plus shows are doing a really good job of focusing on that little picture while the movies are focusing on the big picture.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've heard some criticisms from certain people about the Disney Plus shows that are like, well, you probably have to watch them in order to understand the movies, and it's like blah blah blah. But it's also just like I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because I think there's people who watch the MCU purely for that big picture. They don't obviously like when you're watching a movie, you do want to care about the characters in the story, but MCU movies have not saying this is necessarily a bad thing, but they focused more on that big picture, whereas these past two Disney Plus shows have very much focused, are much more character driven than the MCU movies and focus on that little picture, which is
Yeah.
really enjoyable. So I don't know what's in store for Loki. Looks insane, which I love. So, which will be another month or so, which kind of sucks, but still excited. That's all I have to say on the Disney
Yeah.
Plus shows.
Honestly, I'm now that like, Winter Soldier and Falcon is done, I'm kind of I'm not to say that I'm not excited, but I'm like there's nothing really else I'm extremely looking forward to until we get to uh Thor 4 More Thor, aka Thor Love and Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Very
Thor,
excited.
my boy Thor, I love Thor so much. He's my absolute favorite Marvel character. When I know how I say Bucky's my favorite or Sam's my no. Thor anytime. Okay, let me just say this. I go through like waves of liking different characters, but no matter what, my boy Thor is always on top. And Thor Ragnarok was a very good movie, and I'm excited to see what Waika does because Waika's a really good director.
What did you call
So
him?
Waika,
Waika?
Taika, right?
I was like, is that a new
You
name
know
for
what? You
him?
know what? I was thinking of his last name because it's like,
No,
I mean
I know
Taika
that's why
Waititi.
I thought that was like a new nickname for him.
Waika.
And I was like, did I miss
No, Taika
something?
Waititi. I just messed up his last name and his first name, but he's a good he's a really good director, and I think that
No, he is, yeah.
he genuinely um I remember one time we were forced to take these stupid Adobe classes,
Oh, yeah.
and I hated all of them. Like I watched a couple after because me and Evangeline watched one together, and then or a part of one, and then I had to go watch other ones so I don't fail that class. But one of
Yeah.
them was with Taika, and
Yes. It was
I
the most
actually
enjoyable thing.
yeah, I actually like took stuff away from that class. So Taika got all my respect out there. Love him. He's never gonna even acknowledge my mere existence, but he
Yeah.
does really
Maybe
good
one
work.
day. Who knows?
Maybe one day. And
Um
I'm excited for how Thor is gonna be written in the new Thor movie, which coming out in 2022, right?
yes. Yes.
Awesome.
It's supposed to come out this year.
Mm.
Um
Loki.
you know something I really love about Taika? Like, I think again, I'm gonna go into my like critical movie thinking mode. Um but like Taika really finds the humor and humanity. I think like different directors find different options, like they oh my gosh, I'm cutting out. They focus more on like some directors just like really find like sadness or the romance and everything. But Taika does a really great job, and I think so does James Gunn. Like finding humor and fun in whatever they're doing. Um,
Yeah.
and it adds a lot of variety. I think that's what makes and not I'm gonna say this Thor Ragnarok is not my favorite Thor movie, but it is a really good Marvel movie. Um, and just a good movie
What's
in
your favorite
general.
Thor movie then?
The first one.
God, I can't believe you.
Well, I don't know. Kenneth Branagh is just like he's very. I think it. That's a whole nother conversation. Um, I just really enjoy the first film.
Oh, you're a valid man, though.
I think that's what made Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy such standout films is because they
Mm-hmm.
really take the superhero genre, and I know some of y'all are going to be like, "Oh, are you going to say subvert it?" No. They make it fun and they make it very fresh. I
Yeah.
love that word, fresh. I love using that to describe film. Um, and it's a hell of a time. It's
Yeah.
really, really great to watch. Um, Not that I want every Marvel movie to be like that. I want every Marvel movie to have some of that, but their movies are just unique and
Yeah.
fresh and fun and exhilarating, and all of those great adjectives. So, just some Taika appreciation from the two of us. We love you, Taika.
Love you
Um,
so much.
um, Talking about oh my gosh, we're actually like running out of time. We
Yeah.
forgot to do a sponsor. Oh well, we don't need the money. That's a lie. Um,
Well,
uh,
well,
it's
I'm
just weird to do
technically
an ad read right now.
it is. It's really weird. We're just gonna leave that for next episode, maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
Um, well, I guess we can just like kind of use the last 10 minutes or so to talk about a new show, mainly that I've been watching,
okay,
but
listen. I have since I do have HBO Max, I have been watching like the first season on my own time.
good,
But
good.
our very good friend Crystalline, who has been on the show before,
Yes.
she has made us watch Rick and Morty.
And I
And
love
yeah,
it.
me too. Okay, listen, I was when she said that first, I was a little bit like, because
Me
Rick and Morty
too.
very much has that reputation of having very snobby fans and being like, the whole joke of being intelligent because you watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah, no, that is literally the reason why I didn't want to watch it because it truly has one of the worst fan bases I've
Yeah,
ever seen. And I don't know if it's maybe died out a little bit.
it most likely
I
has,
It
definitely.
probably has. I think it definitely was at its height like during season 3. Um but that show, and I don't want to use the word intelligent, but it really does have, and I'm not saying this to like gatekeep anyone from watching it. I think anyone can watch it. I think that's what makes the show really great. Um and not to sound like one of those pretentious Reddit users, but it's not like it's really not the IQ joke that goes around. It really is more about the EQ, which, the emotional part. I love how human this like adult cartoon is.
Too.
It's just, it's so good. It's so funny. It's so like heartfelt
You
and
know what I really
dark.
like about the humor is very clever
It
in the
is. It's
sense that it's not like it goes over your head and you need to watch it a second time. But in the fact that the jokes are very much rooted in reality,
yeah.
where the show very much does not take place in reality. It's, interdimensional and there's aliens and time space travel and it's very much not
Yeah.
rooted in reality, but the jokes are like it very much like last episode I remember watching reference Futurama which when shows do that and they do it in a very clever way because sometimes shows do it and it comes out very cringy, but Rick and Morty very much had a way of making it seem like you said, very human, very
Yeah.
natural.
Um and uh, another thing about the jokes. There are some, I mean, I guess not politically correct jokes in there, but it's not every joke. And when those jokes do come around, they're so good. They're so
Yeah.
good. You may feel a little like tiny bit bad about laughing at some of the jokes in there, but they're funny.
Yeah. Honestly,
because it's true. Like,
it's not media. Like, I know, like, listen, there are, at a certain extent, there's stuff that you shouldn't joke about. But then again, a lot of the stuff that you can very much, I'm using that as a loose term, that you can joke about, if it's done correctly, it's very funny. So,
it is. Um, and back to that human part, not just about like, you know, pop culture references in the show and those just like being funny because it really targets at anyone. Like they made Ant-Man and the Wasp jokes. They made political jokes, like all of like everything under the sun. I I I really love Rick. And it's not just because he makes like far out jokes and like he's offensive or whatever and he's a smart one. Like there are some of the things he says in that show or what Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon write for that show. I've listened to it. Like
mhm.
I've watched those clips and been like, "Whoa." Not to be like, "Oh, I'm 14 and this is deep."
I
But
was about to say this is deep.
but it is kind of it makes you think, and especially for myself, not that I'm some super genius or anything, but some of the things that Rick says, like, or things that are said about Rick, um, they kind of speak to me in a way that kind of like like a check yourself kind of way, because Rick is not a character you idolize. It's like not at all like you shouldn't idolize a character like Rick, but there are definitely certain parts of him that are very relatable. Maybe not to everyone, but I think some of his core like beliefs and everything are sometimes very relatable and not always in a good way. It kind of like what's the word? Understands some like toxic things
Mhm.
about behavior that I've seen in myself. And it's just I just didn't think that this would be the show to expose that, I guess. But I think that's one of the reasons that I personally have really enjoyed the show so far.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of mad that I finished season 4 and season 5 isn't is June 20th. So
Wait,
that's
this
not
year?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, then okay, I'm gonna try to finish it up soon so I can, um, like, watch season 5 with context.
Yeah. Um Also, this show is just really fun to like theorize about
Definitely.
for
Hey,
me.
hey,
Yeah, like
would you laugh at me if I said that I was low key coming up with an OC in my head?
oh my gosh. Okay,
Would you
well,
laugh at
that
me?
do I even need to laugh? I feel like the laugh is
No.
just implied.
No, I just, not in the sense of a fan character where I am gonna outright be like, "Yes, I'm interacting with the main." No, I just really like the idea of this, of, like, interdimension and galaxies and time and how fragile everything is if you're not careful and know what you're doing. I just really like that.
Yeah.
So, listen, sometimes I'm not clever enough to come up with my own universe like that, so
Yeah. Ugh. June 20th. Oh my gosh, I would laugh so hard if I was on like some Girl Scout trip because I'm supposed to go on a Girl Scout trip one weekend in June. I would laugh if I was like watching Rick and Morty during. Oh, oh, that would be funny. Um, but I think that's it. We were gonna talk about
yeah.
Minecraft. Well, Sophia was gonna talk about Minecraft.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about my little Minecraft journey this week, but I think we'll leave that for another time.
Yeah, it's definitely been like an hour.
Yeah, so, with that being said, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you made it all the way through, we really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Um, go follow us on our social media. We are on Twitter at CFG Podcast and on Tumblr at cornflaking.com.tumblr, however that URL goes. I know we're
Yeah.
not that active, but
No.
we don't talk about that.
Yep.
With that being said,
Oh, wait.
wait. Hey, a quick announcement.
Oh,
Wait, did we talk about the schedule? Yes, we did talk about the schedule.
we
Never
did talk
mind,
about
I'm
the
just being
schedule, but
dumb.
but I wanted to like remind because people
Yes.
forget it. We're uploading on Saturdays now.
So,
Yeah.
with that being said, thank you so much. We hope that you have a great week, and we'll see you not next Sunday, but next Saturday. All right.
Yeah.
Bye
Bye.
bye.